Hello y'all, this is the Outdoors Willie Bill. I got a review for you today of, well, these are tissues. Now, you might be saying, whoa Willie Bill, I don't know how to use a tissue. I'm so glad you're reviewing it for me, with a very sarcastic tone. Well, I appreciate that. I know you know how to use a tissue, but have you ever had a man-sized tissue? Look at this thing. I'm a man, and it is my size. That's incredible. Sorry to get a little defensive, because, you know, sometimes I get messages that go, oh, Willie Bill, you're dummy, you're reviewing stuff that we don't need to know nothing about. But this is an exception, because it's a tissue that you cannot find in every location. And you might end up in a place where there are only these kind of tissues. And you go, I'm used to my size tissues, what I can do with a man-sized tissue. Oh, or what if you're a woman? Can you use a man-sized tissue if you're a woman? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Yes, you can. It's just man size. It's not just for men. Come on. It's just the size of description. It's a description of the size of the tissue. Yeah, anybody can use it. Don't worry about it. So I already had this open. I apologize for that. Thing is, I was going to review these earlier, but between that time and now, I needed a tissue. So I'm a very practical man. I had these man-sized tissues, so I opened them and utilized the tissues inside. Now, another thing that's special about these tissues, these were sent to me by a viewer in the UK. Now, thank you very much for all you international viewers. I know this is a show based in America, but I do appreciate any viewers from anywhere around the world, any contributions you want to put in. If you want to send me stuff that I'll review, maybe I can increase the local population's knowledge of international goods if they don't get to travel. I don't get to travel very much, so this is new to me and I appreciate it. So thank you very much. Now, man size tissue. Boom. That's my hand. And that's the box. I don't know how big my hand is, but it's slightly taller than this box. So you can use that as a reference. If we ever meet, I shake your hand, you can make a mental note of what was the size of that hand. And then if you're sitting at home one day, man, we'll be able to review those tissues. I can't really imagine how large that box was. Just put your hand out and remember how big my hand was compared to your hand. It's just the way you can do it. So, these tissues, they are ultra soft tissues. And it says here that they are soft and strong. And now what they did, I don't know if you can see that too well, there's a really slick graphic. Now that graphic looks like a mountain, right? You're gonna climb a mountain, there's a couloir, maybe there's some scree, something like that. Soft and strong. Now if you turn the box, oh geez, Willie Bill, what's that? That's a nose. That's a nose. That's really slick. I like that. There's a bunch of words on here. Now, being that this is from the United Kingdom, you might wonder if it's going to be in English or not. A lot of times when you travel outside of the United States, they will speak a language different than what we speak here. Now, in the UK, well, I'm not really sure what they speak in the UK, but I can tell you that they do label their box in English. And that's just very, very convenient. I imagine that they suspect there's a lot of travelers coming from the United States. We might go to the UK and they want us to be able to understand how to use their goods if we wish to purchase them. And so they write this label in English, and that's very nice. Thank you, UK. I'll read it to you. These Superdrug man-size ultra soft tissues are soft. Well, shit, soft's in the name. They bet. That's kind of strange. I would have made an assumption that soft tissues are soft. They are also strong and absorbent to cope with your most stubborn cold. They are 3-ply. There is an average of 55 tissues in the box. The sheet size is 300 by 260 I don't know what the hell kind of measurement that is. It's got mm. Yeah, that ain't inches or feet. I have no idea what that. So they must have forgot to translate that part. Total area 4.29 square meters. Shit. Yeah, I guess there was a couple mistakes when they did all the translating. Please check all paper tissues have been removed from garments before washing. Well, that's very nice, because then you get those weird little clumped up tissues in your washing machine, and then they clog up the filters, and that's just a pain in the ass. So that's very nice. Thank you, man-sized tissues. The trademark of the Forest Stewardship Council guarantees that the wood used to make this product comes from forests which are well managed according to strict environmental, social, and economic standards. Made in the UK. 100% happiness money back guarantee. That's awesome. So these tissues will make you happy. And that's incredible. Never had a tissue do that for me. I mean, I've had a tissue that made me happier than if I didn't have a tissue, right? So if I sneeze, I don't have a tissue, then I got boogers all over myself. And I'm very unhappy when that occurs. Now, if I have a tissue and I sneeze and I can catch all those boogers and the disease particles in the tissue, that's far better. In which case, I would have 100% happiness. So that's excellent. Let's remove the tissue. Ah, shit. There we go. There's one man-sized tissue. All right, y'all. That's pretty cool. Oh shit. Am I bleeding? Oh no, it's just this little thing there. Well, seems like it works just fine. It did everything I expect a tissue to do. You know, funny story. When I was a kid, I remember women, a lot of times, if they were not endowed at a level that some other women might be, they would use tissues and they would stuff them in their undergarment. And it's just a funny thought to me, knowing that these are man-sized tissues. So what happens if that woman stuffed a man-sized tissue in the garment in order to portray a level of endowment of which she did not gain naturally? I guess they'd have to use less tissues because these are pretty big. So this would actually be a more efficient way to accomplish that task. I don't know the significance of that story other than me sharing my stupid past. I don't even know if that's something that goes on anymore. So that's a man-sized tissue. It's nice and warm out here, so I can maybe use another man-sized tissue to remove the sweat from my brow. And it worked for that too. That's very nice. I don't really have anything else to say about these tissues. I would say go out and buy some of these tissues, but if you are not in the UK, it's very unlikely that you will find them. But if you're over my house and you sneeze, you're welcome to use my man-sized tissues to take care of your sneezing needs. Alright. That's man-sized tissue. Again, please hit the subscribe button, leave comments, tell me what else you'd like me to review. If you would send me stuff, that would even be better, because then I don't have to buy it. Thank you for sending me these. That was very nice of you. And y'all have a good day. Be safe. Enjoy the outdoors. If you have a cold, maybe you should bring some tissues. Yeah, it absorbs. Guess it absorbs everything. Huh. Man-sized tissue. Good thing I'm a man. Use my man-sized tissue.